What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome to the Sooner Surge Double Trouble. We got a new look. Thanks to Brody. We got a new
the decorations up, Jeremy.
Got the Christmas tree up behind me. I'm in a different room of the house. So prayers would be appreciated because I'm sure my wife and kids can hear me where I'm at here. So we'll see if I can stay in this room or if I'm going to be back out to the garage area after tonight.
Hey, be like me, man. Always out in the garage freezing. It's all good.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what's not freezing, Jay. The OC talk in Norman.
It's not. Levy gets introduced tonight. He's gone, introduced. $4.5 million a year he's getting. That's a great contract for him. Kudos to him. But, yeah, big news today. We saw the Alabama game is November 23rd next year, as well as the opening game with Tennessee. Don't know the full schedule yet, but know most of it now. So that's right. Alabama and OU in Norman on November 23rd before Thanksgiving. So, yeah, one of us lives in Arkansas. You're right, Walk On.
What's up, Mars Jam? Mars Jam 2, how's it going?
Hey.
Boomer Sooner for life, Chester.
Let's just get to the OC talk, guys. Let's just get in on it and start on it. A lot of names today been thrown out there. What's up, Boomer Lone Wolf? Hey, Jay. Jerem, what do you think? And Chester, I'm with you. Brennan Marion, dude, I'm with you. I'm with you, Raekwon.
Says the same thing. Look,
I'm with you. Bring him on. Bring him on board.
Hey,
let's go. Go
obviously,
offense.
I know Jay sent me a video today. Maybe you could put the link, Hunter, in the.
We're gonna put it in the. I think maybe in there. I think maybe Hunter will. It's a great video on the story of Brennan Marion and how he got to where he is. The dude created the offense. It's great. It's a really good offense. I think he'd be a home run hire. It's called the Go-Go offense. Sooner fan. It's based off the triple option, but he incorporated pass game and run game. It's extremely good. There's the link. Hunter put it in. It's unbelievable. Go watch that video. Listen, Easton.
Hey, one thing they like to do.
You can't believe everything you see on there, and that would be the biggest shock ever. I don't see any way that's happening. He's not leaving.
Well, hey, Jackson, Corn, I don't think you go wrong with Corn either, but
Corn's another great name. Yep.
Brennan Marion has coached quarterbacks. That is true. Now, one thing Marion does as well is he runs, two running backs on one side of the quarterback sometimes, unbalanced. It's a different look on the run thing. Marion is in line for a head coaching job. That's going to be the issue.
What do you mean he's in line? That's his next step?
Well, he's going to interview for San Diego State and some others.
Yeah, I mean, he's been climbing. He's climbing the ranks super fast, okay? But he's got to be and there's another one, Shelby. Hey, Brett, I mentioned Mike Shanahan the other day. I agree with you, Brett. I think he would be another one. He's a young guy that's climbing the ranks. If it's my opinion on the outside, when you look at outside guys that are young and up-and-comers, you got three names. You got Brennan Marion, you got Willie Corn, and you got Mike Shanahan from James Madison. Those three names would be the ones that I would keep an eye on. That to me, they're the up-and-comers. And listen, I'm going to say something about DeMarco Murray talk. Listen, guys, we're 2 years removed from DeMarco Murray turning down USC for double the pay. He's not going to Starksville. I don't know where this is coming from. I really don't. Jimmy, I love Willie Corn. Y'all know people commented on my video and said Jason's got a crush on Willie Corn. I love his offense. I think he'd be great too.
Yeah, and hey, my only concern about I think Brennan Marion, I watched the video today. I think the go-go offense is super intriguing, okay? You would be going to SEC with a brand new offense, totally different. That's something to think about. But look, someone mentioned 2 years and gone. Guys, get ready. I think that's pretty much anyone.
Hasn't it been that way, really?
It's been that way. It's been that way.
Hey, we're early into it, and it's not a trivia question, but how many offensive coordinators did Bob Stoops have in his first 4 years at Oklahoma?
3, wasn't it?
3. So, I mean.
Hey, Shelby, I'm not a Sean Lewis fan, but he may get interviewed.
What's going on? What's going on at Colorado? Something's happening.
Who cares?
I'm just saying something's going on there, but whatever. Hey, wrong answers only is what Brett said on offensive coordinators. Wrong answers only. There's some wild names I can throw out there for sure.
I'll tell one that's being thrown out there, which I think is just absolutely absurd. Dana Holgerson is not coming to OU.
Yeah, that's dumb.
He doesn't fit BV's culture.
Yeah, that's dumb. What's up, Tiz? How are you?
Sooner fan. This is a 9-foot tree behind me. We got the hallmark on the other side of the screen. You can't see it, but oh yeah.
Matt says Seth Littrell. Jeremy, that's your guy too, right? Seth Littrell. Listen, do you think Seth Littrell and Joe John Finley as co-OCs would be a good hire?
Look, I think that Joe John Finley, while he probably has some great things off, the only intriguing thing to me about Joe John Finley is the offense would pretty much stay as it is. I just don't want Joe John Finley calling plays. No experience calling plays.
But and that's my thing. I think you cannot make Joe John Finley the OC by himself. If he does, it has to be with Seth, and Seth probably calling the plays.
And the other thing, Jay, is Seth, I think, would be a great play caller, as Bobby Redwine says. I agree that. I also think that he's been proven on offense. The one issue, we talked about this in a video we did that'll be dropping in the morning. So here I'm giving you all a teaser before the video drops in the morning that Jay and I did. Our concern maybe is the recruiting. Ron just says it. I'm not sure how he can recruit. Brennan Marion can recruit.
And listen, Matt, you're right. Littrell and Bill Beaton together would be good too. I think they're great. They would be good offensive coaches. And that's my concern, would be the recruiting aspect. I think what you had from Lincoln Riley with the quarterbacks carried on to Jeff Lebby, who was really good at recruiting quarterbacks. I don't know if you'd get that from Seth Littrell and Joe John Finley, or I just don't know if you would.
Hey, Joe John Finley has not been an elite recruiter. I tell you what, Joe John Finley is good. He's a pretty good tight ends coach. If you go back and look at what he did at Missouri and other schools he's been with, the thing is, I don't know that he's an elite recruiter, though. Remind us of schools Marion's name has already been linked to.
UTEP.
San Diego State head coach.
UTEP.
Arkansas OC.
Yeah, UTEP and Houston.
And Houston head coach.
But I think Houston's not going to go that direction. They're probably going to go after UTSA. So
if you guys haven't forgotten, he played football at TU and he coached at Oklahoma Baptist University.
Matt says he wants Matt Wells and Seth Littrell. I'm not a huge Matt Wells guy. That's just my opinion.
Not either.
I like Seth Littrell a lot. I just don't know about Matt Wells. Yeah, I did see that, Sooner fan. I think there's a chance of that for sure. And question, can OU afford to pay him more as OC than, say, UTEP as coach? Listen, they paid Jeff Lebby $2 million. I think that's probably the max they would go if I had to guess.
Yeah, and the thing is, Jay, you mentioned earlier about them upping Emmett Jones' pay by making him co-OC. I don't – look, Infidel says Seth and 3 co-OCs.
No way. Listen.
That's Jeremy, too many hands in the fire, guys.
Jeremy, if you get Brennan Marion and Emmett Jones on the same staff, recruiting-wise, it's
game over on that.
I mean, those two are unbelievable. And Dusty, I love the go-go offense. Like I said, he created that offense. It's a really cool story. Hunter put the link in there. Go watch the YouTube video if you want to know.
Just anything. Don't leave our live to go watch it yet.
Yeah, don't leave the live. Watch it after our live for sure. But it's a good video about how he kind of got into coaching. It's pretty cool. I
mean,
yeah. I agree with that, Sooner fan. You're not going to win in the SEC without a running game. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, fullback. If you want a fullback in the backfield, Littrell does do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think all the 3 guys you mentioned, Littrell, maybe Littrell, Korn, and Marion would all do that.
Hey, Garrett Riley, I don't think he leaves Clemson. I was all on the Garrett Riley train, but he has not really panned out, and he's got a pretty good quarterback there at Clemson. So I don't know about that.
Let's address this by Tiz here, because we talked about this all day on our group calls, Jeremy, BU, Hunter, and Jackson, and we've all talked about this. The quarterback coach is a big deal. you quarterbacks come to be developed. If you don't have a guy that can coach them, and looking at it, who would it be if it was Seth Littrell and John Finley, Jeremy? Who would be the quarterback coach?
I mean, at that point, I guess it'd have to be Seth Littrell, but you don't want him coaching quarterbacks.
Exactly. That's my point. You'd have to have another guy, so you're going to have to lose a staff member to get a quarterback.
Seth Littrell did coach. I mean, we're name dropping Rob Gronkowski and Nick Foles. We've said that before. But Matt Wells could be a quarterback coach.
You're right, Matt. Now that option,
JP Lossman could be a quarterback coach.
That option there, Seth and DeMarco as co with Matt calling the quarterbacks. I mean, that's an option too. I don't know if DeMarco. Here's another thing, guys. We do not know if Seth even wants to be the OC. Nope. We don't know any of that. I mean,
hey, the go-go offense, Jay Mosh says sounds like a gimmick, but you can assure us, Jay, it's not a gimmick, right?
It's not a gimmick. I mean, they run a lot of different formations, but it does sound gimmicky. But go look. I mean, the name was revived. It was from a basically music group. I mean, it has nothing to do with really the plays. I mean, except they go fast, if you want to say that. Tiz is right. You have to have elite quarterback coaching to get quarterbacks, right? These 5-star quarterbacks, they don't.
Is Lone Wolf referring to who is Lebby going to take with him?
I probably so. And I've seen all this stuff on Twitter. Guys, the chances of Bill Beatenbow or DeMarco Murray leaving are slim to none, okay? I'm sorry. Out of those
Beatenbow's son is in high school, for one.
He's got a house on Grand Lake. His wife's from the area. I don't see that ever happening. I think he wants to retire at OU.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And some do say that Seth's happy being an analyst, for sure. So, I mean, we'll see. Hey, Jeremy, what are your reservations on the guy about like Brennan Marion? What would your reservations be?
I've only really got – here's what I'd say greats about Brennan Marion. He created the offense. So he is like – I mean, he is the creator of it.
Yeah, it's like not based. Well, he's from Mummy's Tree, but
he knows everything about the offense because he created it. I like that. I do question play calling experience. He's had 1 year, not a major. I mean, UNLV's a good program, but it's not. I mean, OU's going to the SEC. That would be a concern I have.
Yeah, Johnny says he's ready to just move on. Hey, I'm with you. Yeah, and he says the influence there with Malzahn, Norvell, and Sark. That's where he's kind of, I guess, intertwined a lot of the things he's learned from those offenses.
You have mentioned Dan Mullen, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, his name came up today, for sure, but I don't know about that. Yeah, the thing with Brennan Marion is he would be a 2 years probably guy and gone.
So compare Brennan Marion and Willie Corn, Jay, the differences of the two.
I think Willie Corn's he'd be more of a running offense per se. And listen, I think he's very innovative as well. Listen, OU is loaded at wide receiver, guys. I mean, with what they got coming in and what they already have on campus, they're loaded. You got to have a guy that's going to come in there and use those guys. But also you got tight ends. I mean, with Devon Mitchell coming in, you got to be able to use Devon Mitchell as well. I mean, so Crystal, appreciate that. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Crystal. We need to expand our recruiting reach. That won't be achieved by promoting someone on staff. Let's hire a big name with connections.
I agree with.
If that's the case, then it's Brennan Marion. Brennan Marion's been all over the states.
If you want to compare Willie Corn and Brennan Marion on recruiting, Marion's got the upper edge for sure on that.
Correct. That is absolutely correct. Thank you so much, Crystal. Appreciate it. Hey, Jay, what's your favorite Red Bull? Mine's a strawberry apricot, dude.
I don't drink Red Bull very much anymore. The berry was pretty good, but I go with 7 Brew. 7 Brew's got their own energy, and 7 Brew's legit, especially up here in Arkansas. But I think you got him now there in Tulsa area, don't you?
I will say something really quickly.
Sam Bradford, no chance.
I think Jeff Lebby's recruiting was underappreciated.
I agree. His recruiting was great.
Jeff Lebby, Jeff Lebby did a lot of things as far as recruiting, and I think a lot of people didn't notice that. So that's the thing. That's the problem with a guy like Seth Littrell, or maybe even John Finley, is I don't know. Phillips a Reigns guy, Jay.
Hey, Joe John Finley, are you sold on him?
I like Joe John Finley a lot as a person. I liked him as a player. I do not want him calling plays at the University of Oklahoma. Nothing against you, Joe John, but
okay. But what do you get from him being coordinator? You do get. I mean, I don't play devil's
continuity.
Advocate.
You get continuity with what they have this year.
But
they're
listen,
going to go into the SEC knowing the offense.
Hey, and do you think listening to Levy tonight? I didn't watch the second press conference when there were questions asked, but when he did his announcement thing, he did not even mention Oklahoma. That was weird.
It'll be interesting if he mentions them in the second one, though.
Maybe somebody watching can tell me because I didn't get to see the second part. But when he got announced tonight on that little show that tells you, I didn't hear him say anything about Oklahoma.
That tells you what you need to know, though. He was upset with the University of Oklahoma.
I don't know.
And Donnie, I don't want DeMarco calling plays either.
And Matt, what are you saying? You put your hat and beard on? Are you saying? I missed what he said, Hunter. Maybe
Joe John is not going to be an OC.
I hope not. I hope you're right. What was that DC question? Listen, I don't know. I would say this about Brent Venables going to the SEC. We all know how much he fought for the staff when he got on board about money. He wanted to get the best facilities and all that. You can bet if he wants to hire a DC and it's going to take $1 million to $2 million a year, if he wanted to, he could probably get that done. The question is, does Brent Venable want to do that?
Leonard is the guy you'd have to go after.
That Jim Leonard would be the guy I go after, but is Brent Venables going to relinquish that, Jeremy? And Ted Roof has not retired, but I think it's probably.
I know Peyton Bullock, dude. Peyton Bullock's a hard worker, man. Appreciate that, Peyton. Doing some hard work. Hey, I think Leonard would be the guy. Someone earlier mentioned, no, Ted Roof
Brandon Hall would be good, I think.
Not much experience.
No, not. You're right about that.
There was a comment earlier I wanted to get back to, but some philosophical differences someone had said, or
Leonard's at Illinois as an analyst.
Yes,
Uncle Charlie.
Hey, we were talking about not philosophical differences, but I was thinking about when people brought up the Bryles thing and how there was some friction there as well. Look, I agree that changed things, but also I hate to say this, guys. I mean, it was his wife's father, and if you put yourself in his shoes, he's standing there on the sideline. That's a tough situation. I know it rubbed him the wrong way, and it rubbed the university in the wrong way. I don't even know what the right answer is, but it definitely made a difference.
Hey, I've seen a lot of stuff today from people on Twitter about, hey, Joe C's going to get the right guy. Joe C's not making this hire, guys. This is Brent Venables. It's Brent Venables 100% making this hire. So he's got to make a good hire. Got to go in the SEC. Do you think they're going to change the offense completely going to the SEC? You got to change it 1 year. I mean, or do you think they're just going to promote from within, Jeremy?
Look, I don't know what BV's got up his sleeve. I also wonder how much of a collective effort this is. You know, Jay, who's the guy that we lost halfway in the year this year? Turnip Seed.
Yeah.
Now, I also think, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I think Bob Stoops gets brought into this.
Bob Stoops he's in every decision that's made. I'm sure he's asked about everything, Jeremy.
I agree. I think he's going to have his hand in the fire. Obviously, I'm trying to think of former guys, Jay, because BV is a defensive guy. But he's coached against some. Now he coached against Seth Littrell, guys. He coached against him as the OC at NC.
Bob Stoops as DC would be legit. Hey, Bobby, here's the thing. We had this argument today. I understand what you're saying, but you cannot promote somebody to be OC just because of Jackson Arnold, in my opinion. I know the guy's great, but you can't. Hey, Tiz,
well, Jay, I think that's the love fest with Joe John Finley. Look, Jackson Arnold ran a similar version of Levy's offense in high school. He's been doing this since junior high. So I know probably what the staff is thinking is, look, man, this guy knows this offense like nothing else. I mean, So if you go with Finley, you have the continuity. But guys, if no one's ever called plays, you can't manifest play calling at practice. If you've never done it, you don't know how good you're going to be in the situation. I want a guy who's been there and done that. This is the University of Oklahoma. No offense to any small no-name school. This isn't one of those. You need a proven guy.
Ron, what are you saying? You asked about the go-go, but the coach said my lips are sealed. I'm confused on that one. Hey, listen, Kingsbury. Kingsbury knows how to call plays. I get it, but here's
Kingsbury will not be with Brent.
He does not fit Brent's culture at all. At all. Zero chance.
No. Now Brennan Marion does.
Brennan Marion does for sure.
Jay, what do you mean by the culture? What are you saying by that?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with the soul mission and everything, it's very. I mean, we know Brent Venables an outspoken guy, outspoken on his faith. And I'm not saying guys that don't have the faith won't be on staff, but Cliff Kingsbury lives a totally different lifestyle than I think most of the guys do on that staff. That's just my opinion from what I can see.
Yeah, and I think Cliff Kingsbury as well is. I don't know that he would want to go to OU. Honestly, is that weird to say?
No, I don't think he would either. I mean, hey, Tiz, this is something 3 weeks ago I talked about with Korn. He has the ties with Miguel Chavis and Xavier Brewer. So definitely you have that there. It's just he's been with Jamie Chadwell for a long time. Is he the guy that's just going to keep following Chadwell to the bigger schools? That's what you got to ask yourself.
Hey, Jay, at Clemson, Korn coached quarterback.
He played quarterback at Clemson.
He was an elite quarterback, actually, out of high school. Hey, there is zero chance Jackson Arnold has a say in it. Now, they may ask Jackson Arnold, hey, they're not going to get his opinion on if they should hire someone, because Brent Venables and Bob Stoops, all of them have said no one person's bigger than the program.
And Shelby,
can't start doing that, in my opinion.
And I'd like to ask Shelby on this. This is something we've talked about too. Going into the SEC year one, there is a learning curve. Levy had to learn through his time at OU. He's talking about somebody proven, whatever. Who would that be? Who would be a proven guy then, in your opinion? Dan Mullen?
No, I mean, Seth Littrell is proven. The problem is he's not proven in recruiting. He's not proven in some other areas where he is proven on play calling.
I saw that comment about let Seth call the plays in the bowl game and then see how it goes. They're going to have a decision made by then. They're not waiting.
Well, here's the problem with that too, Jay, is if you let someone call it during the bowl game and see how it goes, well, this wouldn't even be the offense they would be running next year. So that's hard to even gauge.
Yeah, I agree.
Peyton, Drake Stoops, OC in a couple years.
Now, that's an interesting name, Jet. That's an interesting
Where's he at right now, Jay?
Graham Harrell's. He at? I'm trying to remember if he's at.
Hunter, look it up for us. Look it up.
He's not at. I know he's left USC. I'm trying to remember where he went after that.
Jackson Arnold's not leaving. Yeah, Coconut Greg. We did end up being okay because the portal, guys, and the hurry up offense, the go-go offense, Jay, is it not hurry up?
It is. It's 2-minute drill all the time. He's the OC at Purdue. So.
Oh, no. We're not talking Big Ten guy to come here.
Is it possible really can you hire a guy that can't score points at OU with all the talent they have on offense? I mean, when was the last time OU was bad offensively?
It's been a while. Thanks, Tanya.
Appreciate it, Tanya. You're awesome. Thank you,
You're one of the OGs, Tanya. We appreciate you. BB commits to an in-house hire for 1 year, and then all bets are off.
Jet does not want
be a temporary thing, Brian.
Jet does not want the go-go offense.
Brad
Davis.
No.
I'd say no, but Sonny Cumbie.
Sonny Cumbie's an interesting one.
I say
I'm surprised his name has not been brought up more, though, honestly.
Really?
Yes. I'm surprised it hasn't been brought up more. Jay, what about Gary Patterson as DC?
No. Listen, Brent Venables isn't going to hire a guy that plays a different defense. It's going to be – that's why he's got Ted Roof there. because he's compatible to what Brent Venables runs.
Well, the Ted Roof experience, no offense, the roof needs to be replaced. There's some hail damage on there.
Will insurance cover that? That's the question, because I can't get.
I don't know, but Ted Roof sounds like one. He's a great speaker, but
hey,
who's the head coach?
Brennan Marion. That's
Matt.
Listen, that's a guy. I really like Brennan Marion. If they hired Brennan Marion tomorrow, I'd be super thrilled about it and excited. I think it'd be a great hire. Will they? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Sonny Cumbie, though, I'm surprised that name hasn't been mentioned more.
Why? Why do you say that?
He's had a lot of experience.
What does that have to do with anything? So has
experience.
So has Ted Roof.
Yeah, I'm just talking about experience.
But you said that's why they should give him a call.
Look, listen, I got to get to the comment here just a second. Dusty, I agree with you. He's our guy. He was the right man for the job. The improvement they made in year 2, kudos to BV. However, we do have to trust him, but what hires has he made? Significant hires right now. So
he made a lot when he came in.
But at Clemson, he didn't have to hire a lot. So this is very big for BV. He can't take this lightly. This has got to be thought through, and the right decisions got to be made.
And Brett, I'm with you. If it's a Texas Tech guy, I probably don't want him.
I agree.
And listen, I'm kind of done with that tree, the Leach tree. I don't think you can win a natty with that tree. That's why I said no.
Okie Lawn guy, you are right. Seth Littrell got fired.
What?
He is right. Seth Littrell got fired.
And Jet says go-go offense will never win a natty. So that begs the question. Jet, what type of offense would win a natty, and who are you going to get to coach that offense? That's the question.
Now, the Kansas OC, Jay, I love what Kansas does pre-snap. I absolutely love the pre-snap stuff. I don't think the Kansas OC should be the next OC at OU, and I don't think the Missouri OC should be the next OC.
Tiz, Marion does coach quarterbacks right now at UNLV. He's also the quarterbacks coach.
Ben Arbuckle.
Hey, Malzahn's offense, which is, listen, the go-go offense is from that tree a little bit. Did they not win a natty? They were in the championship, were they not?
They had Cam Newton.
They didn't win it. Did they win it under Malzahn?
Jay, I would love Malzahn. He's not going to leave UCF head coach.
No, I would no. Okay, they had Cam, but you could have a 5-star quarterback, could you not? I don't understand. Listen, I think what's weird, and I think what a lot of people get kind of off topic is they say you can't win a natty with the go-go offense or something. But listen, we're only saying that because the only teams that win natties right now are Georgia, Alabama, who else? Clemson. Those teams don't run that. That's why you can say that, because they have elite defenses. I guarantee you if Georgia ran the go-go offense right now, they'd still be pretty dang good because they have a great defense. OU's got to get better defensively if they want any chance to win a natty. We can talk about guys all we want on the offensive side of the ball.
Hey, Jay, what would you –
Matt, I would love that. And listen, I thought of a name today, and you guys tell me what you think. About this style of offense, I was going through my mind trying to think of guys that could run a pro-style offense. Jeremy, I know what you're already going to say when I say it, but Bill O'Brien.
Absolutely not.
Why?
I don't want him. He looks
pro-style offense.
He looks like Stuart Sink, the golfer. I don't want him.
He was OC at Alabama. If they're good enough to have him, why can't OU?
They about fired him.
Oh, I'm just throwing a name out there, man.
Jay, what do you think of Arbuckle?
I don't know. If we're going outside, I just really like Brennan Marion.
I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't looked up a lot about Arbuckle.
Oregon OC, listen, Trevor.
They're not leaving Oregon.
I'm with you, but why would he go from Oregon to Oklahoma for a lateral move?
What name? Sooner search. What name are you talking about? Arbuckle? Hunter, you talking about Arbuckle?
I think he's talking about Bill O'Brien. Hey, Kellen Moore couldn't do it for my Dallas Cowboys. I don't know if he could do it for Oklahoma.
Now, his brother is Kirby Moore at Missouri.
Yeah, I'm just trying to – hey, Jet, I'm just trying to think of guys. that run the pro style offense that you could get if you're wanting a pro style offense.
Hey, but Trevor, you got to remember, Oregon's in the Big Ten now. They're not in the Pac-12 anymore.
It's still SEC, still better, but it's not worth it.
But the Big Ten is pretty good with Michigan, Ohio State. Oregon, Washington, Michigan, Ohio State. That's pretty good.
Hey, and I agree, Tiz. That's true. But listen, I think, and I've seen a lot of people say it on stuff today on Twitter about losing recruits and stuff. You can't base your decision on that because the portal's open. The portal's always open. And if you're going to have people leave, you're going to get people to come to Oklahoma.
I like Mullen and Leonard both, Trevor. Joe Brady is not.
Joe Brady would be the home run hire if he would recruit. You're right, Matt. He doesn't want to recruit. He would be a home run. Recruiting.
Hey, Jay, let me ask you about. I'm going to ask a trivia question right now. Sooner Surge brought it up. Frank Wright's looking for a job. Someone drop it in the chat for a trivia question. Who did Frank Reich make the comeback against in the playoffs? Who was the
quarterback or what team?
Who was the quarterback for the opposing team that Frank Reich beat? He was a great one.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Let's see how long it takes for viewers to get this. Timothy, right off the bat, Warren Moon. I loved Warren Moon. You remember Alonzo Highsmith?
Hey, Sharon, I don't think there's any chance that's happening either.
I'm not a Sharon fan, personally.
No.
Now, they do run more of a pro-style offense.
He does run more pro-style. You're right.
Agreed. Dude, do the Oilers have some of the best helmets?
Oh, those are
oil
legit.
rig on there. The Oilers are fun.
Those are legit. Yeah, more won't come, Trevor. I'm with you.
Warren Moon threw an absolute beautiful ball. How long
are we going to go on?
As far as what?
Without getting an OC. I mean, how long do you think this is going to last?
Last night, Jay, I said by Wednesday. I don't think it's going to happen by Wednesday. I still say by Saturday they have one.
Hey, and let me say something. I was getting a little frustrated today on Twitter because there's so many guys entering the portal already. And I saw a lot of – it's like everybody that hits a portal, you see somebody say, do you like covered wagons? Listen, okay? Oklahoma needs to be selective in the portal. I saw some people there was a couple receivers that went in the portal and OU was like, let's get him. There's only one receiver OU needs to go get from the portal, and that would be Evan Stewart, a 5-star. They don't need a 3-star. They got plenty of receivers. So unless you can get a big dog, don't go get another guy from the portal at receiver. Right?
No.
Am I wrong?
No, and there's so many.
You can't even get Gibson on the field right now.
There's so many different styles. I agree, Jay. There's so many different styles of offense that are called something that it may have changed in the last 10 years. It's kind of different spin-offs, branches of them. And, hey, right now we have 115 on here, and we appreciate every single one of you. A lot of newbies on here. Thanks for being on here. I see Eric Blomquist, one of our Sooner Surge Unlimited members, is on here. That's a $4.99 a month. Appreciate that, Eric, and all those who are Sooner Surge Unlimited members. Todd Monken, Trevor.
That's an interesting name. I just don't see him coming back to college.
I don't see him coming back to college. Look, when you get to the NFL, it's kind of hard to go back to college because the NFL, you don't have to work as many. It's not as grueling as ours.
Oh, not even close. Yeah.
The O-line especially. Yeah. I know the Michigan State O-lineman.
You're right, Kim.
A Michigan State O-lineman entered the portal today, and I don't know.
And depending on what happens with the end of recruiting cycle with EPL and other things, you're going to have to get somebody out of the portal probably. Because I don't know about you, but I think Andrew Ring's leaving.
We have a kicker from Moore that's going to be there. That's elite, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's right, Timothy. I think Monken's going for that head coach job as well. Yeah, you're right, Coconut Gray. You got to have a mobile quarterback these days. I think most teams do. Yeah, Jackson brings up a good point here, or a good one. We all saw it today. Raleek Brown. Remember how he goes to USC? Now he's already in the portal. So he would be. I would love Raleek Brown. We'll see if it happens. Eric Bieniemy would be a home run hire. He's not coming to college though, guys. He's going for a head coaching job. Okay. I don't know why he hasn't been hired as a head coach yet in the NFL. It's crazy.
And look, Dusty's right.
He's right. Dusty's 100% correct.
BB's got connections, and we don't just need a special teams kicker. We need a special teams coach. I don't think Nunez is it, guys. Matt.
Okay, Matt, I see what you're saying about DeMarco. I've seen the rumors on that. Listen, I don't know if Levy offered it to him or not, but I don't think there's any chance he's going. I don't even know if he was offered. I really don't. I don't think there's any chance he would leave.
Maybe. I mean,
yeah, EB to Carolina. Bieniemy needs to get a job. I mean, a head coaching job. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
Coconut says he thinks this is going to surprise us, this OC hire. Is it going to be like Lincoln Riley? Remember Lincoln Riley?
What do you mean surprised?
Surprised in a good way.
It'll be someone we don't even know, or surprised because of it's going to be a safe choice. And DeMarco, like, honestly, I don't think Levy would take DeMarco over Joe John.
Recruiting-wise, he would.
Recruiting-wise, but as an OC, unless Levy's going to call the plays.
Levy's not relinquishing play call duties. Are you kidding me?
Thanks,
don't think Eric. So. Appreciate it. You're awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Eric, Sooner Surge Unlimited member, one of the OGs as well.
Hey, he says they will not take an OC from outside. They don't need to. So he's with you. And, okay, let me ask all the viewers. I know, Matt, you've been talking a lot about the inside.
Can we do a poll, Jay? Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter, do a poll on this. If they do co-coordinators, who should the co-coordinators be?
No, that's not the poll. The poll should be, should they hire from within?
Okay, go with that then.
Should they hire from within?
But do you think if they hired from within, they're going to go 1-0? I don't think they will.
I think they'll go 2.
I think they'll go 2 as well.
And to me, the one that should be in my opinion. Now, look, Beat and Bo could be a co-coordinator. You could have a running game coordinator, pass game coordinator, but Tanya says yes. Tanya says yes, they hire from within.
Yeah, Levy's been a booth guy. Yeah, correct.
He's been a booth guy. And okay, we asked this question last night, Jay.
Wait. Let me go back to Matt. And Hunter, you can help me on this if I don't get it right. But Matt, if they were to do that, if they were to put Seth and DeMarco as co-OCs and Matt Wells the quarterback coach, that would have to mean Joe John Finley would have to leave. They have too many coaches. Am I right, Hunter? I think they're over the limit at that point. Somebody has to leave if you do that. Hunter, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think I'm right.
Correct. You can only have 10. Hey, Craig from ATL, Willie Corn of Liberty, Seth is internal. We agree. Willie Corn is a name that Jay mentioned. Golly, probably weeks
November
ago.
5th.
November 5th, Jay mentioned Willie Corn, and the more I see of him, I'm excited about his offense. I just don't know if they're going to go outside of the program right now.
So Hunter says
for continuity's sake.
10 total, 5 offense, 5 defense. And so, but with what Matt said there, if you go Seth and DeMarco and Matt at quarterback coach, Seth could coach tight ends. So you could, if Joe John left, that would open that up. Yeah, that's right.
Willie Corn is like a young Lincoln Riley, but
I agree.
65% say they should hire within. That's not just a whopping number. I mean, it's above 50%. Obviously.
I'll say this. Listen, if you look at Brent Venables, a lot of things he's done is similar to what Bob did in 1999 and 2000. Am I wrong? And what did Bob do the first 3 years of every time he had to replace one? Where did he hire from?
From within.
So that tells you BV might go from within. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Dabo Swinney most of the time promoted from within.
So let me ask the viewers this, Jay. If you go from within, would you be in favor of just keeping the scheme they have now offensively?
I think the scheme needs to be changed a little bit. And the fact is, I do not think they use the tight ends enough at all.
Part of that was Dylan Gabriel.
And maybe so. And
it's the running game, about it.
I think you need to have a better
Dylan Gabriel.
You got to have a better running game going to the SEC, period.
Lincoln Riley was not Lincoln
Riley was 20 years into Bob Stoops.
We're talking about early in Bob Stoops' career.
First 4
you had
years,
Mark Mangino, Mike Leach,
Chuck Long.
Yeah. Matt says to keep the scheme but slow it down. And they did slow it down a little this year. But, hey, Jay,
it was better.
Listen, if you go back to Joe John Finley for a second, okay? Joe John Finley coached tight ends at Missouri, and they were highly ranked. At Ole Miss, Jeff Levy had a brilliant tight end that was used all the flipping time. So why did they not use tight ends this year? I'll tell you why. DG didn't throw the ball there.
Yeah, I agree. And
Braden Willis should have got the ball twice as much as he did last year.
Yeah, I think
DG didn't throw it to the tight ends, Jay.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley came from
Eastern Carolina. We know that.
Yes, but what I was saying was Bob Stoops had to have 3 offensive coordinators in the first 4 years at OU, and they all came from within. That's all I was meaning. I know Kevin Wilson later on came from outside and all that, but hey,
don't you think that it's just kind of annoying and nauseating how many when you see coordinators who just try to get too cute on some things?
Yeah, but I've seen you coach flag football, and you did the same thing.
My Jericho play was unreal. Hey,
I've seen you coach flag football, and you had best athletes, and you would do something silly too.
What's wrong with Coconut Greg's comment?
What do you mean?
Who can tell me what's wrong with Coconut Greg's comment? What's inaccurate about
it? Slow and not physical.
It says plural tight ends. Unfortunately, we only saw one, Stogner.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. What's the Faneuil guy? Joshua.
Yeah, he's young. I mean,
they should have played him more.
How about the IOC? Brian says, yeah, right. Okay.
And I wasn't calling Coconut Greg out. I was just saying,
how about
unfortunately saw one tight end.
Iowa, Nebraska had the lowest over-under in the history of college football, and they went under. It's wild.
Hey, if Iowa beats Michigan, Michigan's out.
Trevor, what name did Trevor say? Did I miss it? Tony Elliott? No.
At Clemson?
He's at Virginia. I don't think he'd be a good hire. I don't think his offense is that great. Personally.
Now the Iowa DC, yes.
Oh, Iowa DC? Shoot, yeah. Bring him on.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Hunter, he's not getting fired already. I think Talley
would be a great fullback.
Talley may transfer to Mississippi State. I don't know.
I don't know about that. NIL money's better at OU.
Hey, we're starting to see guys.
He has a kid. He has a kid too, doesn't he? He needs the NIL money.
Hey, we're starting to see guys hit the portal. And OU going to lose much, you think?
They're going to lose some guys. They did lose a recruit today, a decommitted.
Yeah, and listen.
Jackson says, so Jay, just answer. Who gives OU the highest ceiling offensively?
That's a good question, Jackson. Hey, appreciate that, Josh. That's awesome. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Josh.
Let's read this question here. Over under 1.5 OU running backs hitting the portal. Ooh. He's right on the number.
Dude, that's just like those prize pick numbers. It's right in the middle. You don't know which one to bet. I'm gonna say 2, and here's who I'm gonna say. Caleb Hicks or Smothers. One of those two, I say it goes. And the other one I'll say is the guy who came in the last game.
Oh, Adekwe and Megwu?
I say 2.
I'll say 1.
I even mentioned Javonte Barnes. That's a great question, Josh. I would take the over.
And then back to Jackson's question. Highest ceiling. Who would give OU the highest ceiling? Man, God, that's a good question, Jackson. Are you talking next year or in the long run?
I think long run it would be someone outside of the program.
I agree.
If you want short term, it's someone inside the program for next year. Guys, Megwa is huge. I wish I could have seen that guy play some.
Yeah, Major.
Yeah, Marcus Major, dude. Marcus Major. I don't know what you do for that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate you being on here.
A lot of people like
think
Corn.
Of some of the nicknames with Corn, though. If you have Corn on staff, can you think of some of the nicknames they could run with this offense?
Here's what you got to realize is you may go get a great offensive coordinator, but if he can't recruit quarterbacks, you're going to have a problem. And that's my concern about Seth Littrell.
And Joe John Finley.
Now, granted, I don't think Luther Burden hits portal, Matt. I think Missouri's doing too good, I think, unfortunately.
Hey, Cole says, honestly, not sure if there's a great hire jumping out right now for OC. BV has a huge decision to make. It will. Look, this is by far his biggest decision he's had to make. And someone did mention the Kansas OC. And I know, Cole, you punted for Kansas. Jay, Seth Littrell was a GA at Kansas in like 02 to 04.
Yeah. Hey, is that true? Did Bird hit the portal just now?
Who? Savion?
Since we've been on here, did Bird hit the portal?
It's not shocking if he did. He couldn't get on the field at OU.
Hunter, can you confirm that?
Jackson Arnold definitely raises the ceiling. Dusty Dunn says Kansas OC or go-go.
Hey, listen, the Kansas guy's had opportunities and he hasn't left. So
he hadn't left.
I think
I love what Kansas does pre-snap. And he's really look at Bean and Daniels, how much better they got into that guy. But
yeah, I'm not sold on it.
I don't think he's the guy at OU. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think
he hasn't left, he should leave, Jay.
Yeah, he is. Cole, you're 100% correct. He is very loyal to Leipold. That's why I don't think he will leave. And I think you could have the same problem with Willie Korn.
Hey, one thing you got to talk about, Jay, at Kansas. People are talking about Lance leaving and stuff. Hey, Kansas very well is going to be at the very top of the Big 12 year in and year out now.
I think more like third or fourth maybe. But
if you win the Big 12, you're in the playoff, though. I mean.
Agreed. Hey, is there any chance Grubb from Washington? Any shot? They lose Penix. Could he say, let me go get with Jackson Arnold now? I lost my quarterback at Washington.
No. Okay. No. Jordan Davis. Now, I don't think they're going to go to North Texas and get someone, my opinion, but is a good up-and-coming coach.
Okay.
We want our offense to appear as complex as possible while keeping it as simple as
possible.
Let's ask oxymoron there.
Let's ask the viewers this.
Brett says L.
Hey, let's ask the viewers this.
What are you talking about?
Obviously, Oklahoma, it's a highly coveted Oklahoma offensive coordinator job. We all know that. Do you think Brent Venables has got quite a few calls from people he didn't think would be interested? I kind of think there's some names out there that we're not even thinking about that we think there's no way they would come to OU that could be on the docket. That's what I think. So who would those names be? That's the question. That's what we got to think is, who would that be? I think there's some guys out there that we're not mentioning that we don't even think would even sniff it, and they are interested in it. Listen, if you go to OU as an OC with Jackson Arnold, Michael Hawkins, Kevin Sperry over the next 4 years, 5 years, you're going to put up points. I don't care if you run the whatever offense, you're going to put up points, right? So who is it?
Everyone's agreeing with you.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like that job opens up.
So what you're saying, Jay, is the pitcher's not throwing a meatball here. That OU's going to have to try to time this pitch and figure out
what analogy you're trying to throw together, but it's not very good.
It's great.
It's awful.
It is the fastest path
to
a head coaching job. Hey,
that's right. Tiz is right. Cole's right. If you want to be a head coach, come to OU for a couple of years, and you're going to dominate with the receivers and quarterbacks they have. They're going to put up points.
Yeah.
But then this is true too, Eddie. That's
Tennessee is early, man. September 21st. Josh Heupel back in Norman.
Yep.
Golly, you better step up their tailgating game, guys. It's atrocious.
They got a lot of work today. A lot of work to do. How about playing Alabama the week before the Iron Bowl?
Hey, yeah, Jay Jones. I don't see them giving $2 million. I could say 1.5. I don't.
Oh, they're going to give 2. Why would they not give 2 going to the SEC, dude? No. They're going to give 2.
Who it is?
They gave 2 to Levy.
Do you think Joe John Finley should get 2?
It'd be a co-coordinator. I don't.
Hey guys, can we do one quick poll before we get off here? One more. How many of you want Joe John Finley as the next OC?
And Tiz is right. You can't lose him at Jones.
Cannot lose
him at Jones. 0.
Cannot lose EJ. Does anyone want Joe John Finley calling the
Are you saying as a co or just by himself? I think that's going to
be OC calling.
I think that's going to be the most of the answers is no. Andy Ludwig is a good option from Utah.
Yeah, no one is sold on Joe John Finley, guys. It would be an absolute debacle. Now that's not even a safe hire. I think Seth Littrell is the safe hire. Joe John Finley is the guy in the staff that I think could ruffle some feathers with the other staff members, because they would probably be thinking, why am I not the OC? Why is this guy calling plays?
Yeah, I think most people don't want Joe John.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, there's no experience there at all. Zero.
But we still need to keep Joe John.
Yeah, and how do you do that?
That's the question. I just think Joe John needs some more years.
When is Levy going to announce his staff? I would think pretty soon he would start to get guys together.
96% no. And hey, the thing is, Jay, if Joe John leaves, well, it's going to open up some things. You got to see who you got to see who Levy's taking.
Trevor, I would like that. Jim Leonard and Dan Mullen, I'd be okay with that.
You're not saying Mullen as OC though.
I think Mullen would be a good OC.
I was going to say quarterback coach or an analyst. Quarterback coach or analyst.
And Breaknail TV says Seth, if he changes his offense some, I mean, here's another concern I have with Seth is he's many years removed from calling plays. I mean, it's changed, dude, since 2016.
Oh yeah. Hey guys, listen. Tomorrow we got 3 or 4 videos dropping, so you've got to be subscribed to our channel. If you want to be a member, become a member. But listen, we're dropping a video on each of these candidates to really break down their scheme and talk about the advantages to having them and disadvantages. You don't want to miss it. Jay, should I keep doing it in this room with the Christmas tree?
As long as you don't have a Hallmark movie in the background and fire on. I mean,
well, it's on, but I haven't been paying attention to it. It's kind of like the same as all the other ones.
Does Joe John go to Mississippi State? I think he could. I don't know why that hasn't happened yet, though, if that was the case. That's my thing. Unless he's waiting to see if he gets his gig.
Yeah, true. What's the reason they came to his camp?
With who? Who's he talking about?
I don't know. Are they talking about – you talking about beating Bowen Murray to Mississippi State? What a pun, Brett. That is so punny.
Hey, Lloyd says
Tanya.
The OC's already hired. Is she talking about for OU? I saw this question up here I want to address real quick. If Joe John leaves, we lose Devon Mitchell. Listen, I said it earlier too. You can't hire coaches because of one recruit. I don't think you can do that.
The program's bigger than
that. I love Devon Mitchell. He's a 5-star, but I don't think you can say, well, we're going to keep you because we don't want to lose Devon Mitchell. I don't know if you can do that. I don't agree with that coaching if you do that. Because maybe Joe John Joe John needs to do what's best for Joe John. Maybe he wants to go to Mississippi State. Maybe he wants to stay at OU. I don't know, but if there's going to be plenty of guys in the portal if you lose a guy. Now, do I want to lose Devon Mitchell? Heck no. Devon Mitchell's like losing Caleb Williams, but OU still did pretty good offensively when Caleb Williams left, did they not?
I agree. Jay, did you watch the movie Christmas at Baltimore last night? I have not seen that one. Brett was asking. Brett's a Hallmark guy too. I love it.
Yeah, Kim's right. This is more important. Hawkins and Mitchell are so tight. You can't lose Hawkins, and it sounds like Hawkins fully committed. So,
yeah, I agree. I agree with that. No, I mean, you're not going to go to a program fighting for a bowl game when you can be at the University of Oklahoma.
No, but he would.
Maybe Lori's the next OC, Jay.
No, but
Lori missed the live last night. Lori, were you getting contract offers? That'd be
maybe.
Hey, we had the OC on here.
Mitchell wouldn't go to Mississippi State, but he would go to Miami. They were already offering him the bag before. So
Biltmore, Christmas at Biltmore.
Do you know what Biltmore is, Jeremy?
No.
You don't know what the Biltmore is?
Is it East Coast?
Do you know what? You don't know what the Biltmore is? Wow.
No, Jay.
Okay.
Do you?
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of in the Virginia area.
That's where all the Hallmark movies are.
It's a beautiful place.
We got Hallmark in our backyard, Jay. The Christmas shoot of Sepulpa.
Oh.
It is like Hallmark, dude.
That's what he was asking, why they came to BB's camp. There is a connection there, Trevor. You're right.
That is true.
Dan Mullen just turned down the Syracuse job. He did.
Oh. Maybe that's what we leave him with tonight, Jay. One nugget like that. Listen,
I don't know about that, but
hey, I do want to seriously thank everyone for being on this. I think BV addresses Levy probably in the next couple of days, Shelby. We appreciate everyone being on this. And I agree, Jackson, comparing Devon Mitchell to Caleb is wild.
Wait, what? No, don't close yet.
Oh, wait. Jay,
what's he talking about?
Go back, Jay. Wait. It's called the Christmas shoot, Brett. If you come see it, let me know. Swing by the house. Jay, Lone Wolf, I would love to be BB's get back coach. But then I would need a get back guy.
You couldn't handle it. You're not strong enough.
I couldn't handle it.
Yeah. Why is that wild comparing Devon to Caleb? I don't understand.
I guess you're saying they're both 5 stars. I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, but listen, again, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Josh Crenshaw, for the super. Thank you, Tanya, for the super
fan.
Thank you. We had Crystal again. Thank you so much for the super, and Eric Blomquist for the super. Appreciate you guys doing all this. Josh, yeah, all the Sooner Surge Unlimited members. That's the $4.99 a month membership. We appreciate that. Appreciate it. Hey, how's our dad? Good news, guys. First off, thanks for the prayers you guys have been saying on his behalf, because he has been transported to a different location, a rehab location. So he's got to start moving. He's got to work on speech therapy. He's progressing a little, but still a long road ahead. And thank you so much for asking, whoever that was. Appreciate it. And Jay, do you want to leave him with one more trivia?
Oh, man, I got a trivia, but nobody's going to get it.
Oh, then ask it.
Okay, it's a lot. OU's no longer in the Big 12. So we're talking about offensive coordinators. Who was the first offensive coordinator in the first game of the Big 12 conference for Oklahoma?
First offensive.
You're probably going to have to Google it up.
First offensive coordinator on.
I bet you don't know it, Jeremy.
On the first Big 12 game.
Yeah. Well, do I need to tell you who the head coach was, or do you know?
I'm going with the rando here, but it's not going to be right, so I'm not going to say it.
Hey, 5.0 King. The names we talked about: Brennan Marion, Seth Littrell, Joe John Finley, Willie Korn. Those are kind of the main ones we talked about. John Blake was the head coach. Who was the offensive coordinator? Come on. Boom, Brett.
I think it's Garrett McGee.
Brett got it. Dick Winder.
What is it?
Dick Winder.
Who got that?
Brett.
Hey, I don't know if anyone knows, but Brett Reich was top dog. You guys know
the mascot.
Remember the mascot Top Dog? That was elite. They need to bring Top Dog back. By the way, OU basketball Thursday plays in McCaslin Fieldhouse. It's a student-only event. You can't get out to that one unless you're a student, but bring Top Dog back with this basketball program, dude.
Yeah, they're looking really good. They're fun to watch. So exciting. Yeah, for sure.
Wait, he says Top Dog is there sometimes. Good job, Brett. Dalpoa says. Yeah, I would not have guessed Dick Winder. I was going to go with Garrett McGee, Jay.
Hey, there's a name we could throw out for OC.
OU basketball is ranked top 25. It's been a while, at least under the Porter Moser era. I don't know if they have been ranked. Maybe his first year. Early in his first year. But, hey, thanks again, guys. We're at an hour. We'd like to keep this at 45 minutes. Appreciate all you guys being on here, guys, gals. Thank you so much for being part of the Sooner Surge. We're going to do this again tomorrow night. You know why? Because we do it every night. Can't wait to see you again. Till next time. Boomer.
Sooner.